Hey guys, welcome back. I've got a D120 John Deere lawn tractor. As you can see, I've got a lot of them here. It's just crazy busy. What's happening with this machine is it's just clicking. It came in the shop, there was nothing happening, like not even a click. So I replaced the battery, got a new Interstate 300 cranking amp battery. Like I said, it wasn't clicking with the old battery, and with the new battery it's just clicking. I'll put the parking brake on so that I can turn the key without sitting on it. So when I turn the key, you can hear it, and it's the solenoid right here making that noise. Now what I want to show you guys today, a quick way to know if it's your solenoid is to just basically bypass it, and I'll show you that right now. So to check to see if the solenoid's bad or if your starter's bad, you don't have to have the key on to do what I'm going to do now. Just grab an old screwdriver or a shank like this, and what you want to do is basically touch these two posts together. So all you're doing by doing that is you're connecting the battery cable that goes to the positive on the starter. So this will tell me if the starter is good or not, and also if the solenoid's good or not. So there we go. So if I wanted it to start, I would obviously turn the key on, so the ignition's on, and then you could start it that way. And it still clicks. Okay, so what I will do today here is replace the solenoid. All that's holding this one on is one bolt right here. It's got a 10mm head on it. Now for safety purposes, when you do this job, you can disconnect one of the battery cables. I will disconnect the negative cable right here. You don't have to, but it's just safer in case something touches or shorts out. Okay, I got the negative cable disconnected, and now what I will do is remove the cables from the old solenoid. These are 7/16 nuts. Okay, so I've got the solenoid off. I will just leave these two wires where they're connected until I get the new one right here. All right, here's the solenoid I'm using. It's an aftermarket Oregon part number 33-431. And this replaces the one on the machine I'm working on. Now this one here comes like that, but the tabs come separately here. So what you got to do with the tabs is put them on the small studs here. Then you have lock washers that go on top of each tab. Then the small nuts here. Now one benefit of having the tabs come like that is you can position them the way you want depending on your wires. I'm just going to leave them like this today. But I've had good luck with these solenoids, guys. They never let me down. And then all you have to do is go in with a 3/8 socket or wrench and just tighten them up. And then you have these little copper washers that you can just insert here. And the nuts are a little bigger on this one. They are 1/2 inch in size. And then there's two brackets depending on your machine that you can use. What I will be doing before I reinstall the solenoid is cutting off this tab here and this one, just so that it doesn't get in the way on the machine. And I'll just be using my little grinder here today and cut them right off. You can also just bend them with pliers if they're in the way of your battery or anything else. Now, if you don't have the tools to do this, guys, you can just actually bend the tabs. Alright, so now I will disconnect these small wires and plug them into the new solenoid in the exact same position. Just like this. It probably doesn't matter, but I like to put things back the exact same way they came off of. Now grab your bolt. So the bolt goes down here. And make sure you put the bolt fairly tight because there's a lot of vibrations on these machines. Now I need to get the battery cables hooked up. So I'll put these above here. The nut has a big hole here, so the copper will get right in there. So I need a 1/2 inch socket to tighten these up. Now the last thing to do is to rehook the negative cable. Alright, so I've got the parking brake on. That's how I can start it without sitting on the machine. And I'm going to try it out without bypassing the solenoid. So this is a John Deere D120, but it's pretty well going to be the same procedure on pretty well all of the John Deere lawn tractors, and including other brands as well. The only difference you might find is some solenoids may only have one small wire that connects to it instead of two, because some of them, they actually ground to the frame and back to the negative ground on the battery. That's why you only have one connector on some of them. But otherwise, it's pretty simple, guys. Don't be afraid to do it. And always disconnect the battery before you attempt to replace it. And remember, with just the shank or piece of metal, you can quickly do what I showed you in the beginning of the video to see if your starter's bad or if it's your solenoid. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day.